Hi, welcome back. So these are the answers for column method subtraction level 5. So question 1 is 541. Question 2 is 777. Question 3 is 4,579. Question 4 is 289,018 or 289018. And then question 5 is 5,784,580. So 5784580. So if you've got all those right, good job, because level 5 is a bit tricky with setting up your chains and everything. So go ahead and watch level 6, which is where we're going to combine the chain with the double compensating. So I'll see you there. If you've made a mistake and you just want to see where you may have gone wrong, keep watching and I'm going to go through each one for you now. Right, so thanks for keeping watching. Let's go through these in turn then. So 600 subtract 59. So I'm going to set up the actual column method here. So we've got 600 take away 59. So we need to make sure the order is correct. So the number that we're taking away has to go at the bottom. That's the way it is. With subtraction, the order is ridiculously important. So we've got 600 there, subtract 59, so let's go through. So units column, 0 is too small, so we're going to have to borrow. So we need to borrow from the tens, there's nothing to borrow from, so we're going to borrow from the 6. This then reduces to a 5. The 1 makes this one a 10 in the tens column. That then becomes a 9. Then the 1 from there goes on the units column there. So 10 subtract 1, 10 subtract 9, sorry, so that becomes 1. 9 subtract 5, well that becomes 4. And then 5 subtract nothing, that just becomes a 5. So the answer to number 1 is 541. Tick it, because we're confident. Well, it is right, I know it's right. Question 2, 900 subtract 123, or 123. So where should we write this? Let's do it up here. Right, so we've got 900, and we're going to take away, subtract 123. Now again, look at how I'm setting up my columns. It's crucial that you line up your columns nicely. Just so you can follow your own working. Units too small, tens too small. The 9, we're going to reduce that to an 8. The 1 from there goes on the tens column. That then reduces by a 1, makes that a 9. And the 1 from there then lives next to that one. 10 subtract 3, that becomes a 7. 9 subtract 2, that becomes a 7. And then 8 subtract 1, that becomes a 7. So the answer to that one is going to be 777, 3 sevens. I'm sure that's a lucky strike or something. Anyway, question 3, 8,000 subtract 3,421. Again, let's set up our columns. 8,000 subtract 3, 4, 2, 1. And you can see how quickly I can do these now. If you get these off pat and learn them off by heart, you too can just quickly subtract numbers without any effort whatsoever. Again, I know that microphone's just fallen over, bear with me. So I know that I'm going to have to do a chain, so I'm just going to get straight to it. Reduce that to a 7, that becomes a 1. Reduce that to a 9. Again, this 1 is going to move to there. I can now reduce this one, and then my 1 can now live in my units column. 10 subtract 1 is 9. 9 subtract 2 is 7. 9 subtract 4 is 5. And 7 subtract 3, okay, and that gives me 4. So 4,579 for question 3. And then questions 4 and 5 are nicely set up for us already. So let's quickly go through these. 9 take away 1 is 8. 6 take away 5, well that's 1. 2 take away 2 is 0. And then, some 0, so I need to do my borrowing. So move to the 4, reduce that by 1. So I need to do the chain again. So that 1 lives next to the 10. That's going to cancel down and make that a 9. The 1's going to make that a 10, which is what we need. So 10 subtract 1 becomes a 9. 9 subtract 1 becomes an 8. And then the last column, 3 take away 1, that becomes 2. And so the answer to that one is 289,018. Tick both of them. And then lastly, question 5. 1 take away 1 is nothing. 10's column, 0 take away 2. Right, I can't do this. So let's do our chain. So reduce the 6 to a 5, because that's that's the only number I can borrow from, with this one being zeros there. Carry the 1, becomes that a 10. That can then strike through. That then becomes a 9. The 1 from there will then make this 0 a 10. 10 subtract 2 becomes an 8. Hundreds column, 9 take away 4. That becomes 5. Thousands column, 5 subtract 1 is 4. Right, 0 take away 2, we can't do it, so we're going to have to do this thing again. So I can't borrow from this one, so I'm going to have to borrow here. So reduce that by 1. That becomes a 6. The 1 leaves that to that 10. I can then reduce that by a 9, and then this can become a 1. 10. So 10 take away 2 is 8. 9 take away 2 is 7. And 6 take away 1 is 5. To give me 5,784,580. And if you've got those right, well done. Because questions 4 and 5 are awkward examples. It's this method just taken to the nth degree. So we're kind of training hard to fight easy, really. So you can get used to doing this in every single combination of numbers. So you're totally confident with this, because we want to teach you everything from scratch. So there we are. So those are the answers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in level 6.